We've all heard tales of Robin Hood, that great British romantic hero who stole from the rich to give to the poor. But beyond the basics of the story, namely, he dressed in green, lived in Sherwood Forest with his merry men, and married a girl called Maid Marian, we don't tend to know an awful lot more. Yet the tantalizing question of the true story behind this much-loved myth is well worth posing, because it will lead the inquisitive on a tour of some of England's most beautiful scenery, as well as tracking down the real man responsible for instigating this delightful legend. So, who was Robin Hood? It's a question that's teased, tempted and puzzled historians from day one. It's also a question that will receive many and varied answers from his legions of fans. Let's give you a brief overview of the Robin Hood story in the quickest time possible. Think of this less like the greatest story ever told and more like the quickest story ever told. At the end of the 12th century, there lived a king called Richard I. This king ruled over England for just 10 years, and he did so from afar, preferring to do battle with armies in the Middle East rather than stay at home and sit on the throne all day waiting for something exciting to happen. He was more commonly known as Richard the Lionheart. This wasn't because he had a lion's heart. There were no early heart surgeons to perform a heart transplant, lion or otherwise. It was in fact a title bestowed upon him because of the bravery he regularly showed in battle. Ironically, Richard the Lionheart had spent virtually all of his youth living with his mother in France before becoming king, and he spent the rest of his life living away from England whilst he was king, fighting in the Crusades, of which there were 3. This explains why he still spoke French and never actually learnt to speak English, which makes it more surprising that he was such a popular king. The Crusades were started hundreds of years before Richard came to the throne by the Roman Emperor Augustus, instructing his army to take over the holy city of Jerusalem. To put this as simply as possible, these Crusades were all about religion. The Catholic Church, led by the Pope in Rome, and the Christian Crusaders wanted Jerusalem to themselves, but the Muslim followers of Islam also viewed Jerusalem as their holy city, and the Crusades were basically the battles fought in the name of the two faiths over control of Jerusalem. In amongst the idealistic Crusaders was a young English lord called Robin of Locksley, who journeyed to the Crusades with Richard the Lionheart and fought bravely alongside him, earning the king's respect and friendship. Robin was a great swordsman, able to defeat opponents with a few agile...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?